Ladies and gentlemen, I've been thinking about this for the last couple of days. You know that we have one of the most extraordinary events in Charlotte's history coming this weekend, and I do mean that, and I don't say it lightly. We're talking about jazz at its best. From Boney James, we've got Maysa. You know what? Forget the guys. We've got Maysa. And I was getting ready to run them down. But ever since our city found out that you were coming, the men have been over the top. Maysa, what have you done to our men in the city?
No, I need to move down here.
You see? So, you know, hold up, wait a minute. New lead single, what's going on? Because the Back to Love album.
Oh, yeah.
There is a story behind the Back to Love album, but we'll get to that. You know what? First of all, it is great meeting you.
Thank you, sweetheart.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
And Maysa, my first question, because this is our first time meeting, but my first question is, you know, I don't remember jazz without you.
Oh, wow.
Really, I don't.
Huge.
And you know, I was exposed to a lot of different music growing up. But when jazz came along for me, when I really realized what jazz was and what it meant, I don't remember jazz without you. So can you please explain your journey? Because I don't know about it.
Wow. Well, I started out in 1991. I auditioned for, well, actually in 1990, I auditioned for Stevie Wonder. He came to Morgan State University to sing for the Martin Luther King celebration with the Morgan State University Choir, and my best friend Kim Brewer was already singing with him, and she wanted me to come to California, and he was looking for an alto voice, so she asked him, could I audition, and I passed the audition, but I had 1 year left at Morgan, so I asked Stevie, could I finish my schooling and then come out to California, and he said that was cool.
Wow.
And that put me in the right place at the right time, because he was working on the Jungle Fever project with Spike Lee.
Oh my God.
And so that was my first professional gig, was singing background on that record.
Really?
And the song These Three Words was my first session ever. And so I had it was wonderful. It was amazing and magical. And while I was working with Stevie, I did a song for a producer who happened to be best friends with a man named Bluey from London, Jean-Paul Monique. And he had a group called Incognito, and he asked me, did I want to audition for the band? And I was like, yeah, I would love to do that. Yeah. But see, at the time I didn't know who Incognito was, and of course we didn't have the internet like it is right now where you can just Google somebody. So I had to go, I went to the record store, and I saw that they had a hit song called Always There with Jocelyn Brown.
Oh my God.
And that's how I knew what kind of music it was going to be. And I got very excited because jazz funk was always, or some kind of fusion of jazz was always what I wanted to sing.
Please explain jazz funk though. Wait till you hear this. Those of you that don't know about jazz funk.
Well, jazz funk is a mixture of jazz music. It's more and funk music, and it's more like a cerebral type mixture. You know, like fusion. It started out in fusion, but a lot of people mix dance music or R&B, soul, all of it. I mean, they call it so many things. For a long time, it was called neo soul, and you know, they changed the names, changed everything, and then you know, it came with a look. You know, when it was neo soul, you had to have like dashikis and all the goatees and all that stuff, natural hair, all that stuff. You know, and in the jazz funk days, it was all about, you know, the pioneers like, you know, George Duke and Herbie Hancock and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, it's a wonderful mixture. It's a mixture that I adore because it gives me the best of both worlds. Because I grew up listening to funk music and R&B and soul, and then at 12, my uncle turned me on to jazz, and he told me to turn to PBS. And when I turned on PBS, Al Jarreau was scatting. And that's when I knew I wanted to be a jazz singer.
That's right. How can you not see Al Jarreau and not want to do it? You know what I mean? He's Sarah Vaughan. There's a few.
Sarah Vaughan is my absolute hero.
My goodness. I hate to go back, but I have to. How in the world do you audition for Stevie Wonder? What did you ever do?
First of all, he had his keyboard set up in a room, and he played all these different modes and scales, and I had to sing with him, then I had to counter what he was playing, and I was like, I'll never pass this. I mean, I was just glad to be in the room with Stevie Wonder. I was like, okay, I met Stevie Wonder, and I was just going to go on with my life. I had no idea I was going to pass the audition because it was so hard.
Okay.
And then he had my best friend sing with me, so we had to sing all these different things that he made up, and had to retain information and come back and sing it later. It was weird. It was just a really difficult audition, but I'm proud to say I did pass it.
It paid off. He always says that there's a method to his madness.
Yeah.
Whenever he comes across some new artist.
Yeah.
I was able to talk with Andra Day maybe about 2.5 weeks ago, and it was the same way with her.
Yeah.
She said she was just so nervous. I said, but he said there's a method to the madness, you know?
Yeah.
So how has everything been since?
Things have been great. Wow, I mean, it's been 25 years now.
Yeah.
This year,
She's
2016.
still a baby, y'all. She's still a baby.
I wish. In 2016, I'm celebrating 2 milestones. One is my 25 years in the music industry, and the other is that on August 17th, coming up, I'm turning 50 years old.
Really?
So that means I've actually been in, I started when I was 25. Yep, so
still a baby. How are you going to celebrate?
Well, I'm having a big birthday party.
Where?
In Baltimore, on my birthday. It's a Wednesday night, unfortunately, but I think people will come out. It's summertime, so I hope people will come out and have my birthday party with. I'm having featuring my jazz funk soul orchestra, which is also going to feature a vibes player named Warren Wolf, and
I've heard that name.
And he's fantastic. Oh my gosh, he's out of Baltimore, and then on violin is a new violinist, just extraordinary, named Chelsea Green, and I have a string quartet.
Once you have live music, it is so hard to do anything else.
It is.
It's just the feeling. Everything is just so immediate, especially when you're on stage. And
it is. It's expensive, but it's worth it because we've gotten so far away from it, and the kids need to see that, and I don't mind sacrificing financially to show what the real deal is, and to have real instrumentation is really important. The Big 5-0, so maybe you guys can come out and celebrate with Maysa. It's already the one-woman party. Maysa, you're performing tonight. Where at tonight? At Hoop Tea.
At Hoop Tea.
Yeah.
You won't be the same. You won't be the same.
No, actually I've done it before. We had a great time. It's so fun. Really? And it's such a great cause, and hanging out with Fred, Phil, and Charles. They're really great people, and so I definitely want to come down and help out and do this kind of event with them. And then next weekend I have my show here
at Spirit Square.
Yep.
You know that jazz is going on. It's the QC Summerfest, the second annual, all weekend long from the 29th through the 31st. But on Saturday you'll be at Spirit Square at 2 o'clock.
During the day at 2 o'clock concert. And then the VIP special I have is it's going to be an old-fashioned Southern tea. Is at noon.
Okay.
I'm gonna have old-fashioned tea over at I forgot the name of the name of the venue.
That's what we'll find out.
Sydney's. Okay.
Okay. Well,
it's
Sydney's. Very nice.
And then and then at 1 o'clock we're gonna go over to the venue and have a little bit of a day party over there in the lobby. And then we start the concert.
Cocktails.
Yes. With my jazz funk soul orchestra, and we're gonna have a good time.
Man,
for 2 hours. Yes, we're gonna have a good 2-hour concert.
2 whole hours. And no tracks.
no
just
tracks.
A couple of songs. Maysa will be here in the city, man, tonight and then next Saturday. I just on a serious note. I know you have a son. And how old is he? 17?
Almost 17 now. I know, it's amazing.
Look at time just
I
flies,
know. It went by so fast.
So what does he think about you and performing? Does he sing?
Oh, he does sing. I only heard him once, but what I heard really knocked me to my knees. I was like, wait a minute. He sounds so beautiful. And I was like, Jazz, I want to hear you sing again. He won't sing in front of me again.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's real shy about it. Yeah. But I'm going to catch him again one day. Yeah. I'm going to catch him again one day.
And you have a lot of things going on outside of jazz. I'm smelling these fragrances. When she walked in, and please, first of all, tell us about the fragrances, because I'm addicted already, because I love light, fresh smelling fragrances.
Yes.
One, because I'm allergic to almost everything.
Right.
I can't with the oils and all that stuff.
Right.
So I have to try and find something that, as you're moving about, you don't leave it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. But they love the smell and be like, what are you wearing?
Yeah, yep. And I get that.
This is what it is.
Yeah, so it came from the fact that the music industry is a little bit difficult right now to navigate, and so we have to kind of diversify and do different things. So at this point in my life, I decided to branch out and take leaps in my life. You know, I don't call it the bucket list, I call it the leap list. So I left and I did this. What I've always wanted to do is make fragrances. I called a company that, you know, has the whole thing where you put on a lab coat and you go in with all these chemists. Yeah. You know, and they said, well, the minimum that you could buy is 25,000 bottles. And I was like, oh, well, I know I can't afford that right now. So, but they gave me a name of a lady in Florida who does 1,000 bottles minimum that you can do. And so I worked with her. She sent me all these different notes in these little vials. And I'd mixed and matched whatever I thought smelled really good. And I sent her back what I wanted her to make for me. And she makes the formula for you, and it's your patent, and nobody else can get it. And then we did. My graphic designer from Germany did my packaging for me. Okay, and it's all based on my it's all based on my album, Back to Love. Yeah, and that's what the latest perfume is called. And there's a song that I wrote about men that I love. Strong, confident men. With stayed in titles. The album. Okay, all right. And the album, the song is called Unforgettable. But I called this cologne Unforgettable Man. And so that's what this is about. But it's been a lot of fun and selling really well.
Let me tell you something. When I first smelled the Back to Love, I was taken. I was taken because it really smells fresh, and it has like some floral notes, very light floral notes.
Floral and citrus.
Very nice.
Thank you.
And citrus. But this Unforgettable Man. Those of you ladies, and I still smell it. Those of you ladies who are with your man, and you know how you'll go to his shirt and just smell his shirt and think about it. You know how when he gets up out of bed and you still smell him on that pillow. Unforgettable Man. That's what this reminds me of, honestly. Look at you
great.
blushing.
I love it. Because I love a good smelling man. A confident, good smelling man is like, oh my gosh.
Changes your world.
Yeah, it does. And so that, you know, and it's selling really well. A lot of women buy the cologne. Because I told them that the reason, what I do is that I spray it on my pillow at night.
See?
You know?
See? Told you.
Think about my future husband I haven't met yet.
Think about who we're going to something else, Maysa.
One day my prince will come.
How can we purchase?
I have at my shows and also on Maysa.com.
Maysa.com. That's MAYSA.com. You know, my name is the same.
I know how to spell it.
But MAYSA. And tonight you're at
Hoop Tea.
At Hoop Tea. Yeah. And then next Saturday, a part of the second annual QC Summerfest. You can go to QCSummerfest.com, get your tickets, everything. It's going to be an extraordinary weekend. Yes. And Maysa will be performing live Saturday at 2 o'clock at Spirit Square. Thank you so much.
Thank you, honey. Thank you, sweetheart.